to reverse throw. It's pretty simple. So you just start on the opposite side of your leg. Throw behind you, following in the same motion that your arm would normally move in. You only have a set of 10 for black. You're going black. If not, it's normally pretty standard that you get 2 sets of 10 of reverse throws in general. It's like a quick and easy way for your rotator cuff to get warm. This is the same with the other ball. You just try and throw out of the same slot that you normally throw in. You don't have any guys throw sidearm, do you?
Low 3/4. Yeah, he needs.
It's just out of the same window that you would normally throw. So, you're like low 3/4. Same thing. Like, how low? Like you're talking like right here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's just the same window. So everyone pretty much has 2 sets of 10 of pivot picks. This is the hardest one to learn out of all of them. So younger guys are going to be starting with the blue ball, and the older guys can throw the greens. Normally for high schoolers, we don't throw the X's. It's a lot of external rotation to just kind of segment put yourself into. So the pivot pick is pretty much the hardest one to learn. So I'm going to start with your dominant shoulder facing where you're throwing to, and then kind of depends. So normally some guys, you want to start taking them over and then rotate into it, so that way they learn what like scap retraction is. It's just pulling your scaps together. But I think it's best to start off with like try and throw a normal throwing motion. So you'll stand facing the wall, you come down by your pocket, right? Come down by your pocket, up to your ear, and then throw. And then when you throw, you want to force the pronation of the ball, and you want to throw it not in line with you, but behind you. So if you start throwing the ball here, instead of pronating the ball and actually throwing like you normally would a baseball, you end up cutting these and create some bad habit with baseball swing. So ball by the pocket, then up to the ear. So when you turn, your lower half rotates, but it's not like a step or anything like that. So like shoulder width apart, your lower half rotates, your arm swings up, and when you finish the rotation, you should come back in the same spot you started in, pretty much. One of the biggest things though when you're throwing this is that it's a new weight, it's heavy, and you're not used to throwing heavy things, unless you're like a quarterback or something like that. So you can't be afraid of the weight. It's not gonna hurt you. If anything, it's less stressful than throwing a baseball as hard as you can. So pretty much, if it wants to drag your arm in external rotation, let it. It can only be as beneficial as you allow it. So most guys, when they start throwing them, they try and do like this. Try and force their shoulder to throw it, but in actuality, it's your elbow that's driving the throw. Your shoulder's just there. So let's drive the elbow, not the shoulder. Don't force it like this, force it like this. For guys that can't get into scap retraction, I would start them here and have them roll over the top of their shoulder and force them to come back when they turn, and then have them throw from there. So There's only 2 sets of 10 with these. Younger guys are probably 1 set of 10. And then having another set of 10 with the blue. Also another thing, please understand that they all have different weights and they are lighter and heavier than each other. Should be pretty well easy to see. If you throw the blue ball, probably not your best idea to just pick up the gray ball and throw it. You should probably look. It has how much it weighs on it. Pick it up, read it. This one's 100 grams. Okay, I just threw 750 grams. I'm not gonna throw 100 grams. Should just set it down. And then pick up the red and realize red's the next ball you're gonna throw. So try not to do that because I'm messing kids up with that. So yeah, so with the blue one, it's the same. Just try and let it be loose. And I think one of the things that I like to tell guys that are just now starting to learn how to throw it, all it is a heavier weight. You just try and make your arm a whip. So as whippy as your arm is, the faster you're able to throw it, pretty much. So yeah, just like come by my pocket, and bring the arm up to the ear, and then from there, all it is a whip. Same thing. And then from there, everyone pretty much has constrained pivot picks because you can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't. Does anyone throw an over 85?
No.
Yeah. So it means you pretty much all lack scap retraction. You can't get into your scap. Doesn't matter how strong you are. You can't get into your scap. You don't get to throw with it. It's just there, and you kind of have to use it. So a constraint is be your non-dominant leg in front, or well, I guess your dominant leg. Yeah. So if I'm right-handed, my right foot's going to be in front. If I'm left-handed, my left foot will be in front. From there, you'll take the ball, take it to your ear already. So I'm already here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to force the rotation of my arm into my scap. So here I'm into my scap. So I'm going to rotate with this other arm too because you got to throw with it. And then from there, all it is a throw. So force it as far as you can. Some guys, to be honest, it's kind of individual. Like if you don't like feeling like this, like you feel kind of weird up here, try it out where you start like this and pull it into scap retraction. Pull your arm like a row, like a dumbbell row or anything like that. So this one would be like this. That's all it is.
Both these are always landing behind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it should always land behind you. At your heel is fine, but if the ball starts coming at your toes or if it's in front of you, you're cutting the ball. So I have a really bad problem with it. There's a lot of older guys, a lot of pro guys do it too. So yeah, so all this one is, so force the scap retraction there, rotate as far as you can. I think from there, I'm sure everyone has rockers. Yeah, everyone has rockers. Rockers are a little bit different. You guys have probably done them before. When it says with each ball, we're done with the black and green ball. So pitchers have roll-ins, which I should explain right there. So I don't think anyone's a PO, but I guess you can do these as just a way too. If you want to do a roll-in, basically all the roll-in is you start facing the wall, start with the ball in front of you, and I'm going to hold it like this, and then you're going to row the arm back as you roll into the throw. So that's why it's called a roll-in. So all it is All it is a non-dominant step, a dominant step, and then a dip. So forces you to kind of get into your front leg a little bit and hold it in your back side a little bit longer. Normally, set up pop is normally good. Like, it's pretty much like open range if you want to try it. If you have a guy that, like, when he's coming down the mountain and he opens up like this, then he should not be doing holds, because that's all this is. It's just setting the body to open up earlier, because most guys, when they come down the mountain, they're like this. And their hips have to rotate at some point. So it's kind of teaching that. So start here, dominant, and just a throw. But everyone has rockers. This is one with each ball. So we are done with these. So you should probably never do a green rocker. It'd probably hurt. So yeah, everyone has rockers. All a rocker is you spread your feet out, further and shoulder width apart. Put the ball in your glove. Some guys who like have super long arm actions and they're super draggy in the back, like force them to stay here with it instead of letting them come back to that natural habit. So the pivot pick will force you to stay short and efficient, but once you move out of the pivot pick, your arm wants to go back to doing the natural things that it's always done. So for guys that are super long and draggy, I normally force them to stay here like this, and then when they rock, they have to throw it like this, so they don't come all the way back. But yeah, so this is all rocker is. So you just rock forward on the front leg, rock forward on the back leg, and then from the back leg, I'll just throw it from there. Guys that are pitchers, you can forward, back, you can lift up the front leg and shift more weight to your backside. But for the catchers, the infielders, outfielders, stay to the ground, because most of the time your both feet are always on the ground. It's different for pitchers. So yeah, so here's a normal one. And then I'll throw each of these. So blue, red, yellow, gray. Please don't try and mix the order up. That's the leg up version.
I got a question for you. So
Yep.
this may be dumb, but are they trying to rip these? Now, are we going
Depends
back?
on the day.
It's always.
Like I'm throwing this like 50%.
I know that's what I'm saying. Because I know you're not near blowing it out. It just varies on the day.
It just depends. So I wrote you guys out a full schedule. It says 4 pitchers, but basically the only thing that changes, if you're not getting on the mound, you don't have to worry about transitioning back to the mound, right? So you can just keep throwing. But we call it hybrid B. So it's like your normal, like, all right, I got practice, I got to take ground balls and throw from the outfield and stuff like that. It's like a moderate, I call it moderate intensity, because you long toss about like 80% of what you could throw if you were really trying to get into it. And you normally throw all these piles around like whatever you think 60% is of your effort, right? So if I was going to throw this 60%, theoretically I'd have to throw it really hard, right? But 60% of what your perceived effort is. So RPE is rated perceived effort. So your perceived effort is probably not going to be the same as real effort, which is fine. So hybrid B days, these are like 60%. A plyo velo day, these are at 100%. And then like on velo days, this kind of depends. Like if you feel like, you know, I crank this great ball right now at 88 if I really want to. All right, like if you want PR, like let's go get a PR then, because it's gonna transfer. Like at some point, throw this at 88, you should technically be able to throw 88. So that's kind of how we base those. But like velo days, I normally do them at like 90% because I want to throw harder with a baseball. mound blend days, mound blend A days, 90 to 100. Like if you're doing like a walking windup, which we'll get to here in a minute, and you're like, I'm about to PR with this bad boy. Like let's get with it. Then do it. Yeah. Some of you don't have a lot of time left. Like if you want to go get a PR, go get a PR. It's pretty much that simple. And then the like mound blend B days, 70%, 70, 80%, just kind of how you feel. If you feel it out, if you feel like trash warming up, you know, take your time with the lower stuff, really try to feel it out. And then when you start getting to the end, start ramping it up. Start throwing balls harder. So that's pretty much how we do this. Sorry, it's gonna kill me if I just absolutely skip this one. The balls do come off the wall really hard, and you will hit yourself in the nads. I have actually done that before, and it doesn't feel great because even though the gray one weighs like 2.5 ounces, it really hurts. So, yeah, that's a word of caution. So catchers, it's a little bit different because you're not really throwing out of a normal position. You have to rotate into a position. So I normally force things that are gonna make you get into rotation. So you normally start with like QB throws, which is not normal. Like most of the Driveline guys don't do this, but I like it a lot. It makes them like just try and be short and quick. So it's kind of what you add in there because most QBs are pretty short and compact. So it's kind of the same thing. So all a QB throw would be like if you had a normal drop step, it would be the same thing. Just a cross step to a shuffle, go for it. And that's still one with each. If you're a catcher, the goal, just stay short, stay fast. The harder you can throw this ball second base, better chance you have throwing someone else. So. Same thing with the other ones. If you want to keep it in your glove, you can. If you want to keep it out, I want to keep your elbow at like 90 degrees and have your arm kind of into internal rotation. So if you hold it out like this right here, and then you want to come back, that's fine too. It's easier for your arm to flip up and rotate over. And then after that one for catchers would be catcher pops. I'm not gonna do a catcher pop because I'm not a catcher. It's gonna look ugly. But it's the same thing. So one with each ball, throw a pop, settle down, and then up and throw. Same thing with each ball. Short, fast, that's it. And then janitor throw. I think everyone has a janitor throw. Not really. Okay, well pitchers do. All a janitor throw is you start with your back facing the wall, and it's basically to make you move faster in a tighter, confined area. So it'll be one step back, plant your foot, and then turn and throw. That's all it is.
You let them fly.
Huh?
Is that still 7 or you let them just let it rip?
They very
It's just variance depending on the day. Like, I mean, if you feel good and you got like a velo day, you're like, yeah, coach, like I'm about to be on this bad boy, like, let's get it. Then, you know what I mean? Like, your careers are so short that, like, if I get a chance to PR on something and feel really good about something, I think in the long run, it's more beneficial. Makes you feel like you've accomplished something, makes you feel like you have done what you're supposed to do, right? So, just kind of depends, but like, if you have a recovery day, one, you don't even make it this far. You literally just do reverse throws and pivot picks, that's it. Don't need any more added stress on recovery days, especially if it's a recovery day after doing something heavy. Like if you pull down one day, and then the next day, you're over here freaking janitor throwing, just letting them fly, like you're asking to be hurt. Like it's a recovery day for a reason. Take them seriously. The recovery days are 100% more important than any velo day. Take the recovery day seriously. Your body can only do so much at a certain amount of time. So, yeah. So, if you have velo day and you're trying to PR on all of these balls, PR. You know what I mean? Like, you might as well. What do you got to lose?
I think what you're saying is based on the feel
Yeah.
of the person.
Feel it out. I mean, we had guys when I was getting ready for my baseline at Driveline. Dude was like, screw the baseline. Like, I'm about to PR on all these balls. Just like, okay, I mean, go for it. I'm not gonna tell you no. And he did. And then he PR'd in his baseline too. So baseline's when you throw off now. You try and get like a baseline statistical number of what your peak and average velocities are. He PR'd on all these balls, and then when he got on the mound, he PR'd on every single throw on the mound. So like, it just kind of depends, you know what I mean? Just take it however it is. Like, if you feel good, throw it. But not if you're hurt. Because you can feel good when you're hurt too. So, if you're on ramping, like if you haven't thrown in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, you guys been throwing?
And Peter, like, not much, and then they've had a couple guys off the mound, right? A couple guys
It's
off.
better because I put like a 2 week mini ramp. Figured you guys have already been throwing. Yeah, if you haven't thrown a baseball in 3 weeks, there's no point in you coming in here and ripping this blue ball into a wall as hard as you can. Because your rotator cuff's gonna hurt, your UCL is gonna hurt, and both of those suck when they hurt, believe me. So, yeah. But January throw for catchers. Pitchers have this too, but it's a little bit different. So like you're more worried about pitching. Also, I should add, pitchers, if you have guys that are, you know, who your guys who aren't playing left field and they're probably gonna pitch the majority of the time, should be doing the flies off the mound. It's easier, like when you're done throwing and stuff like that, like when you're trying to transition back to the mound, it's easier once you've just been doing this, even if all they're doing is a hybrid beat. Like doing all the plows off the mound, it just translates really well when you get back on the mound. It's easier. It's like a smooth transition. It feels like you have, because like, you know how it is, like when you stepped away from the mound for 6 weeks and all of a sudden you get back up there and you're like, okay, I hope this is somewhat near the strike zone. And then all of a sudden you dot 3 guys in the back of the head and you're like, yeah, sorry coach, I haven't thrown off the mound in 6 weeks. So it's a way easier transition that way. So, but I can show you how to do them off the mound also. So yeah, turn the like janitor throws. So all it is a step, a turn, and a throw in a short window of time. You just try and make your lower body move fast. That way your upper body has to react to it. So, these are fairly simple. Just try and make your lower body move as fast as possible. The faster it moves, the harder you can throw. So.
Is there a specific distance you need them away from the wall on these?
Just enough to not be hitting the nuts.
Just enough.
Honestly, if you want to, horse mats are $12 at Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that. I would get some horse mats.
I've already got it. You.
You're on it?
Already on.
Because you can take those with you too. So like, dude, none of these high schools are doing this, like in the state of West Virginia. Literally no. Like, so no one's gonna have a plyo wall for you to use. So I would take at least one of those horse mats and punch some holes in the top where you can get a, like a bungee cord.
Hanging up on it.
And just hang it up on the fence and you can throw into the fence. you want it about eye height, so you try and throw all these at about eye height, preferably. You start spiking something down here, you know, got more than just, you know, a throw problem. Yeah, so I would just do that. It's just easier. And then, yeah. And then if you have like a pitcher who's getting ready for a game and he's about to do these, and there's nowhere to throw off the mound to do his plows for the thing, you can make like a mini mound, which I'm actually about to make one in a couple of weeks. It's basically the same height as a normal mound, like just without all of the all of the landing spot and everything. You just make it the same height as a mound. Stand up there, you can literally do everything up there. You just give yourself enough room for like foot drag. 12 inch. That's about it. Yeah. So that's it for the catchers. For infielders, after the rockers would be a crossover step. So be facing away from the wall, and this is the cross. So it'd be a crossover step here, and then throw. So all it is trying to get you to move faster in a short space. It also helps most of them pass up. So if you got a shortstop, you just got a freaking like iron mic. You know, it makes them have to shorten their arm up without forcing it. So just kind of like a natural reaction almost. So all it is a crossover of your non-dominant side to your dominant side. You plant with your dominant foot, and then a turn and throw. That's all it is. So that's all about those. And then the next one. Next one is a drop step, which is pretty common. Pitchers have this one also. All drop step is you pitch your throwing side to the wall, shift weight to your front leg, drop back, and then throw. So all it is a shift of weight. So you just take your weight from your front leg to your back leg and then throw. Sounds pretty easy. And then a turn and burn. So turn and burn is a little bit different from the janitor. It's 2 added steps. It's really not that different, but it gets a different name. So all it is a 1, 2, 1 step. Just turn it and throw it.
So 3 total steps on that.
3, 4, 5. You got guys that want to freaking turn from the blocker, you know, you. The longer distance they have to run, anyways, the faster their body will have to adjust because they'll be moving faster. So, just kind of depends. Obviously, don't make them run a marathon, but if they run 6 steps instead of 3, it's not a big deal. And then outfielders. Outfielders also have the crossovers. So this one is same turn, same movements. And then, quarterback throws, which we've already gone over. And then turn and burns again. So, outfielders is reverse throws, pivot picks, constraint pivot picks, which is this one. Crossover step throws, which is this one. The quarterback throws, which is backwards, and then turn and burns, which is this way. So one from moving in 3 planes of motion. It's their outfielders. Because you never know when I have to turn and make a throw, or if you're freaking backpedaling for a ball, which is bound to happen eventually. And then obviously the turn would be like a throw in, or anything like that. And yeah, so that's it for all of these throws. So let me throw some off the mound I can. Yeah.